For years, I was chasing success and getting absolutely nowhere. I felt frustrated, stuck, and totally invisible. I did everything I was supposed to do. I had vision boards, I chanted affirmations, I read all the books, but honestly, it felt like I was trying to push a giant boulder uphill, in the mud. It was exhausting. I felt like I was shouting into a void, and the universe just wasn't listening. It wasn't until I stumbled on a simple, almost counterintuitive three-step method that I realized the problem wasn't that the universe couldn't hear me, it was that I was asking all wrong. I was accidentally blocking my own success. The moment I made this one fundamental shift, everything changed. I stopped chasing and started attracting. The very opportunities I used to dream about started showing up in my life, almost like magic. And in this video, I'm going to share that exact three-step method with you so you can stop blocking your success and start creating a life you love. So, what was I doing wrong? What's the one thing that keeps most people stuck, feeling like their goals are just out of reach? It all comes down to a huge misunderstanding about how this process works.
We're taught to want things, to want them badly, to focus on our desires with every fiber of our being. But here's the paradox. Desperately wanting something is often the very thing that pushes it away. Think about the energy behind desperate wanting. It's an energy of lack. When you're constantly thinking, I want more money, or I want a better job, the underlying message you're sending to yourself is, I don't have enough money, and I don't have a good job. You're focusing on the absence of what you want. This creates a state of anxiety and neediness. Now, while there's no scientific proof that the universe metaphysically mirrors our energy, the psychological impact of this mindset is undeniable. When you operate from a place of scarcity, your brain is wired to find more proof of it. You notice the bills piling up more than the opportunities to earn. This is a well-known psychological quirk called confirmation bias, where our brains seek out information that confirms what we already believe. So whether you call it the universe or your subconscious mind, it responds to the state you are embodying, not just the words you are saying.
It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you believe you are. If you are constantly reinforcing the feeling of not enough, you'll inadvertently create more situations that make you feel that way. That's the block. The block isn't some external force. The block is the desperation. The block is the feeling of lack. The secret isn't to want it harder. The secret is to shift from the energy of wanting to the energy of receiving. And that shift begins by learning how to ask correctly. This isn't just about thinking positive. It's a strategic three-part process of defining, believing, and receiving that aligns your actions and your mindset to make success feel inevitable. The first step is to get radically clear about what you want, but with a critical twist. You have to attach a powerful, specific feeling to it. Vague requests get vague results. I want to be successful is a meaningless order. It's like walking into a restaurant and telling the waiter, I'm hungry. You might get a glass of water, but you're probably not going to get the gourmet meal you were hoping for. You need a specific order.
But more than that, you need to know the why behind it, which is all about the emotion. Your brain is a goal-seeking machine, and it works best when it has a clear and emotionally compelling target. So instead of, I want to be successful, you need to define what success feels like. For example, when I was trying to grow this channel, I stopped saying, I want a successful YouTube channel. It was too vague. Instead, I started focusing on the feeling. I am so grateful and energized by connecting with thousands of people. I feel proud and excited reading comments from viewers whose lives are being impacted by my work. I feel the financial freedom of earning $10,000 a month from my creative ideas. See the difference? It's specific, it's sensory, and it's charged with emotion. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is a form of targeted mental rehearsal. Studies on visualization, especially in sports psychology, show that when you vividly imagine an experience, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways as when you're actually living it. You are essentially priming your mind and body for that new reality. Here's your action for this step. Take out a journal.
Some people call this scripting. Write down your goal, but write it as if it has already happened, focusing entirely on the feeling. Don't just write, "I got the promotion." Write, "I am walking into my new corner office and the feeling of accomplishment is overwhelming. I feel the smooth wood of my new desk under my fingertips and see the city skyline out the window. I feel respected, capable, and deeply proud of the journey that brought me here." Write in the present tense. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the pride right now. This practice psychologically shifts you out of the energy of lack and into the energy of already having. You are no longer asking from a place of desperation, you're declaring from a place of certainty. Step 2 is where most people stumble. It's one thing to define what you want, but it's another thing entirely to truly believe it's possible. Belief isn't passive, it's an active state of being. The most powerful way to build that unshakable belief is to act as if. This means aligning your daily actions with the reality you want to create. You start showing up as the person who already has what you desire.
This isn't about being delusional. It's about embodiment. It's about closing the gap between the person you are and the person you want to become by adopting their habits and mindset. In psychology, this is based on the idea that our actions can shape our thoughts and feelings, not just the other way around. Before I ever had my dream apartment, I started decluttering my tiny one as if I were preparing to move to a bigger space. I bought 1 or 2 high-quality kitchen items that I knew would look perfect in my future home. These small actions sent a powerful signal to my subconscious mind. This is real. This is happening. Taking these steps makes the goal feel more tangible and less like a fantasy, which boosts motivation and helps you spot opportunities you might have missed before. If you want to be a successful author, you don't wait for a book deal to start writing. You act as if you are an author. You set aside time to write every day, you call yourself a writer, and you connect with other writers. If you want to attract a loving partner, you act as if you are already worthy and whole.
You take yourself on dates, you build a life you love on your own, and you make space in your home and your life, emotionally and physically, for someone else. Here's your action for this step. Identify one small action you can take this week that is in alignment with your future successful self. If you want financial abundance, maybe open a high-yield savings account and name it Future Home Fund, even if you only put in a small amount. If you want to be a healthy, fit person, lay out your workout clothes the night before, just like a disciplined athlete would. These actions are like votes for your new identity. They build belief through real-world evidence. You are proving to yourself that you're serious. You're not just hoping for success, you're actively embodying it. This final step is the most powerful and the most paradoxical. You have to release your attachment to the outcome. You've placed your specific, emotionally charged order. You've started acting as if it's on its way. Now you have to trust the process. Obsessing over the how and the when is the ultimate form of micromanagement, and it will kill your progress. This obsession comes from a place of fear and doubt, which creates resistance and anxiety. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every morning to see if it's growing. You have to let it go and trust that you've done your part. A powerful technique for this is something I call the 2-column trust method, inspired by the teachings of Abraham Hicks. Imagine a piece of paper divided in 2. On one side, you write down your job. Define with feeling, believe with action, take inspired action. On the other side, you write down what's not your job, figuring out the perfect timing, orchestrating the how, handling all the details. Your only responsibility is what's on your side of the page. You let go of trying to control the other side. This act of delegation creates a profound sense of peace and allows you to detach from the outcome. Detachment isn't about not caring.
It's about having such deep trust that you don't need to worry anymore. You know it's handled. This is where you move into a state of active receiving. With anxiety and obsession out of the way, your mind is more open and creative. You become a clearer channel for ideas, opportunities, and synchronicities. You'll notice a friend mentions a connection you need, or you'll suddenly have an idea for a project that feels perfectly aligned. This is inspired action. It doesn't feel forced or like a struggle. It feels like the natural, easy next step. But you can only recognize it when you're not clouded by the stress of trying to control everything. So, let's recap the 3 steps to attract success the universe can't ignore. Define with feeling. Get crystal clear on what you want and, more importantly, what it feels like to have it. Write it down in the present tense. Believe with action. Start embodying the person who already has what you want. Take small daily actions that align with your future self. Receive with release. Let go of how and when it will happen. Trust the process and focus only on your role, allowing space for inspired action to find you. The universe isn't ignoring you. It's likely been waiting for a clear instruction. It's waiting for you to stop screaming, "I'm hungry," and to finally place your specific, heartfelt order.
It's waiting for you to believe you're worthy of the meal and to simply trust that it's being prepared. Start using this method today and watch how quickly things start to shift. If you're ready to stop blocking your own success and start co-creating a life you truly love, declare it right now. Comment, "I am ready," down below to anchor this intention. And if this video resonated with you, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because in my next video, I'm sharing the 5 daily habits that will amplify this power even faster. Thank you for being here. You are more powerful than you know.